Have you ever considered joining an industry where 90% of the people fail, struggle for years, and aren't even guaranteed a salary? Yeah, I kinda signed up for that. Hi, my name is Hiro, and my goal is to become a full-time trader. In the meantime, I will be documenting my weekly trading journey, the wins, the losses, and the emotional damn. Currently, I'm trading the futures market through the Lucid Trading propfirm and have amassed around 2k profit from the past 4 trading days. So with my current projection, I should be able to pass my 50k evaluation, right? Or will I actually blow this account? Just a quick summary to clear out the confusion. These are the indicators and drawing tools I will be using on my chart, so let's get back to it. So we just needed to profit around 800 bucks for us to get funded. And I don't think this is too hard as long as I don't crash out and start revenge trading, right? Wait, what? Judging from the pre-market, we are riding a slow uptrend above the EMAs. But as long as the price stays below the 500s, I would be thinking shorts instead. Off market open, prices did follow as planned and were printing lower lows, so I was planning to ride the market down as soon as the candles broke the EMAs. Which it did happen, but I did a mistake of not putting my stop loss at the nearest candle top, which led to my first loss. But prices were still rejecting the trend line and the EMAs, so I took a step short again, profiting 215 bucks, bringing my account closer to break even. Had I held longer, I would have gotten out of break even, but I was low-key not feeling it since prices were so close to the demand area, so dang it. Good thing the market did reject off a lower demand area and went over the EMAs, which gave me a chance to take a step long, and luckily, it did bring my account back to profit. I mean, 300 bucks is actually low-key acceptable to end off the day, but shall I remind you guys that the session is only less than 30 minutes in. So you know what? For the content, for the love of this market, let's continue. Now the market did crash below the EMAs and the VWAP, so after seeing rejection, I took a short, and as soon as I entered an order, my entry line magically became a resistance, which unfortunately got me stopped out of the trade. And to be honest, I was kind of panicking at this point because of my greed, which caused my PNL to go negative, bringing my goal back to square one. And literally just 2 minutes later, the market went crazy volatile with the price rejecting off the VWAP again, and I was like, no way I'm gonna miss this trade out. So I doubled down a short with 10 contracts, betting the market is gonna test the next lows. And folks, this is where my villain arc happened. Because the market quickly rejected off the demand area again, casually banging me out of my trade with a fat loss of 720 bucks.
Daddy, chill.
Now I became sensitive as fuck because I was literally taking random trades and the market was just stopping me out left and right like I was doing charity, which eventually got my account down to less than 100 bucks of drawdown before my account is blown.
Keep up.
Instead of giving up, I was doing some last minute struggle because your boy here is not gonna give up that easily after trading in my blood, sweat and tears just to get this account up, and yep, what a surprise. So after blowing yesterday's 50k evaluation, I went shopping to treat myself to another account, and I somehow traded it up to 1k profit, which I didn't manage to record it because I was so tilted, but these were the trades that I've took. So with a little head start, let's pray I can get this account to fund it. Pre-market was printing lower lows, but the market just casually decided to turn 180 after open, smashing all liquidity along the way, so naturally I would be thinking longs, right? Nope, because prices just casually turned another 180 again, playing with my feelings like my ex-girlfriend, and not sure why, but my laptop was also not feeling it and started lagging when I entered the short, which I got in and out twice because I'm just not sure if the charts were printing the right candles. Luckily, I got off the trades because after restarting NinjaTrader, the price literally pumped up after catching liquidity and would have stopped me out if I was still in the trade. Hoping my laptop don't bail me out again, I went a step long after seeing prices reject off the EMAs and VWAP, but unfortunately, I was stopped out shortly and was robbed just over 400 bucks. After seeing the market respecting the EMAs and the trend line, I went long again, but the VWAP was still rejecting the price, and not gonna lie, I was literally having flashbacks of yesterday's meltdown and not wanting the same thing to happen. I bailed out of the trade with a small 70 bucks loss. But since prices were closing above the VWAP, I was low-key confident that the price will at least touch the 29,000s. So I went long and even doubled down on the trade, and thankfully, prices went to my TP, banking in 405 bucks to bring my account back to profit. Shortly after, the market did reject off the supply area that I drew and started printing lower lows. So I went short at the bottom of the demand area, which kinda caught me off guard because the area was kinda sus and prices were bouncy at this zone previously, so I bailed off the trade, catching a small win. Since prices were disrespecting the demand area like how my ex-girlfriend did,
Daddy, chill,
and not showing any signs of rejection, I shorted after seeing a red candle close, securing the base hit of 300 bucks. At this point, I was debating if I should even continue the trade because the market literally just opened 30 minutes ago. But after seeing how the market demolished me for being greedy yesterday, I ended my day racking in 460 bucks after commission. Pre-market was slowly grinding up and broke through yesterday's high, so I'ma try to look for longs to ride the market today. Just 1 minute into the market, I spotted a long, but I was hella nervous because there is a potential supply area and the market seems to be rejecting off of it, so I took off the trade at break even. But I was low-key feeling FOMO since the overall market is still bullish, so I might have entered another long, but yeah. Had I held onto my first trade, I would have been up for the day. Lo and behold, prices did continue with the uptrend and a clean setup finally bestowed upon me, and I was actually planning to double down on this trade, but prices were moving really fast, which left my order in the dust and sliced through my TP, banking in 300 bucks, bringing my account back to the green. After the market grabbed liquidity, it started printing lower lows and shorts are low-key looking juicy right now, so I took a step short aiming the VWAP after the candle closed below the EMA, profiting just shy of 150 bucks. I was being really careful shorting the market because these zones are kinda sus since prices were bouncing here previously and the candles are sandwiched between the VWAP and the EMAs. But still, it wouldn't hurt just to take a step short, right? Yeah, I took a small loss since I wasn't really feeling it. But prices did reject off the EMAs again, proving my hypothesis that the market was indeed still printing lower lows to test the bottom of the 15-minute ORB. So I may have taken another shot again, but I played it safe and got out at the VWAP. Luckily, prices did reject off after testing the bottom of the ORB, so I went long after seeing a decent green candle close, and the market easily reached my TP, profiting 300 bucks. I was ready to end my day, but I took another step long after seeing price rejecting off the ORB, and I quickly ended the trade since the market was moving hella fast, packing up close to 600 bucks to end my day. Market today seems to be chopping slowly to the downside, and just 1 minute after open, I entered a short after seeing price reject off the EMAs, but it only caught 2 out of 5 contracts and prices seem to be in a range, so I bailed out securing just over 100 bucks. Prices did shot up and there were some rejections from the supply area that I drew, so I went short again after a decent red candle close, but today's candle was hella huge, so I exited the trade earlier wanting to re-enter at a higher price, but the market straight up dipped down to my initial TP, so oops. Not wanting to miss the bearish trend, I panic entered another short after seeing some retracement, but I was low-key uncomfortable since prices were still kinda rangy, so I exited with a small loss. But since I'm already so uncomfortable, I went short again hoping the market can finally drop. But nope. Fear not, because the market finally rejected the EMAs again and third time's a charm, so I was pretty confident that it is gonna hit lower this time so I can close out the chart and end my Hey, yo.
What the hell?
Okay, calm down. It's not the end of the world and the market hasn't even passed 30 minutes yet. So it actually gave me more time to long the market in a downtrend day, successfully stopping me out every single trade. And just when you think I was gonna blow this account like I did on Monday, prices broke out of the uptrend and I shorted with E-minis, which luckily tapped me out with a fat profit of 860 bucks, relieving some of my pain. At this point, I actually hopped off the chart and stopped recording, but I low-key wasn't feeling it giving up with such a big loss. So I continued trading but realized I wasn't recording, so these were the trades taken and luckily my account lived to see another day. Judging from the overnight market, prices seems to be chopping to the upside and I took my first long after seeing price reject off the trend line, and since we're close to the pre-market highs, I built out securing just around 150 bucks. But after rejecting overnight highs, the candle started printing lower lows in a downtrend, so I went a step short but quickly realized the market was still sandwiched between the VWAP and the EMAs. So I quickly built out again, and since it doesn't want to go down, it should go up, right? So I entered a long immediately after a fat green candle close and son of a bitch, and I went a step long again thinking maybe I just didn't give it enough room, but I exited with a small loss since the market was so volatile. Apparently there was a news event at 10, but even though I've checked pre-market, I didn't pay much attention since they weren't high impact news, but they were just high enough to stop me out. I followed up with a short again since third time's a charm. Don't worry boys, because this time round it did work, banking in 185 bucks. After this, I got into random trades because I'm just not sure what the market wants at this point, so yeah. I should just stop trading when there's no setup. But shortly after, the market did reject off all of my indicators, basically assembling all 5 Exodia parts, easily securing 250 bucks. After prices started breaking the trend line, I went a step long but somehow my chart stopped working. I thought maybe the market went crazy again and I low-key panicked, so I went to TradeAway to close out my order with a small win. Not wanting to miss the breakout because of the lag, I doubled down on a long and luckily caught a huge profit of 535 bucks to end the week. That's it for this week's journal, and I really appreciate those of you who stayed till the end. You're the true GOAT. So to wrap up this week, I should have controlled my emotions better and stopped taking random trades because they do add up, which eventually started the cycle of degen trading. And even though we failed Monday's evaluation, we kinda got this new account to around the same balance, I guess. So judging from the trend, I seem to have a hard time after I crossed the 2k mark. So will I pass this account next week? Please stay tuned to find out, and feel free to like, subscribe, and also comment. How's trading for you this week? Did anyone manage to pass or get a payout? With that being said, I'll see you guys next week. To the moon!